Welcome to another video in our Parent University series on supporting math learning at home. We are all math people. It's just that sometimes it might not feel like it and it may be hard to support our children with their math homework. So today we have Alexis Harris to talk to us about how we can coach math when math is not our thing.
I am a part of the elementary math and science team, and my team is primarily directly working with school leaders, coaches, and teachers, supporting them with the content and resources to ensure high quality math instruction for students in the district. So, an important thing to consider when coaching math, when math is not your thing, is that it's the thought that counts. When I say the thought that counts, I'm speaking of a concept called metacognition. Metacognition is thinking about our thinking. It is an important skill to develop and model in children as it helps them monitor their learning and become aware of how to approach new learning. As adults, once we learn how to solve a familiar problem, over time and frequent application, the thought process becomes automatic. As our children are developing thinking processes to help them learn and problem solve in math, making the thinking the focus of your conversation helps build their metacognition and overall math confidence. So, I'm going to share with you some tips for coaching math at home using a think, share, compare routine that you can use with your child. This 3-step routine starts with think. The think stage is where you make sense of the problem. You want to have your child read a problem out loud that they're working on and ask your child, what is the problem about? What is happening? Next, request that your child read the problem to you and ask, what are you trying to find out? Finally, after your child reads the problem one last time, ask what information is important or what is important to consider. In the think stage, you want to have your child solve and support their thinking. This is your child's opportunity to work out the problem independently. You might ask for a second strategy or a picture if your child solves the problem quickly, just to prove their work is accurate. Consider solving the problem yourself so you can compare strategies in the next step. The next step is to share. In the share step, you're going to discuss. Have your child explain how they solved the problem and ask questions to clarify what they did. Then share the approach that you used. The final step is compare. Take a few moments to compare you and your child's strategies, such as the math drawing you used or the ways you solved. Ask, how are our approaches similar? How are they different? Make connections to other situations that call for the same type of thinking or problem solving. And check on your child's understanding of this process by asking if they have any questions. Following these 3 steps together with your child will take practice. It may not be fluid overnight, but that's okay. And you also have the added resource to reach out to your child's teacher if you have questions that surface during this process.
We have a couple of frequently asked questions from our families. The first one is, how do I get my child ready to receive math coaching?
Great question. So, one of the most effective home coaching strategies is engaging in math discourse. Math discourse simply means talking about math. When students talk about math, they process ideas more critically, develop perseverance, and retain what they learn. Help your child by asking curious questions so they can think through a solution, strategy, and fix their own mistakes. Use language that builds on a growth mindset. Praise effort and determination rather than correct answers or being smart. Some examples of what you can say, that was a great explanation. Or, I can see you've worked hard on this problem. I'm really proud that you kept going even when you got stuck. That strategy used was really clever because...
Thank you. But what do I say to my child when they are stuck and coaching is not working?
So it's important that you focus most on the mathematical thinking and strategies your child uses. not just on getting the correct answer. So have them process, talk through, and talk aloud their thinking and approaching this problem. You also want to ask your child to explain their thinking. Help your child think through their ideas more fully so you can better understand their thought process by asking them to explain their thinking. Be patient with yourself and your child. Don't give up. It may take several tries to really get the conversation going. And it's important to know when your child's had enough. Frequent but brief sessions may be better than longer ones, depending on your child's age and their level of attention. And finally, always keep it fun and positive. If your child's interest wanes or they get frustrated, pause and try again another time.
So, how do I know when is it time to contact their math teacher after I've tried coaching and we're still not getting anywhere?
Anytime is a good time to connect and collaborate with your child's teacher. Ask them, how does your child approach math in class? Great questions to ask would be, do they enjoy it? Do they participate actively? Do they understand assignments? Do they do them accurately? If the teacher indicates that your child has problems with math, ask for specific strategies and things that you can use to help him or her.
Now, we talked about tips and we got a lot of information about metacognitive thinking, but as a busy parent, what is the most high impact action I could take at home to support my child?
So just take risks. Help your child to be a risk taker. Be a courageous learner and trust that they are capable of learning even if it's hard. Help them see the value of trying to solve a problem even if it's difficult. Give your child time to explore different approaches to solving a difficult problem. As they work, encourage them. Have them talk about what they are thinking. This will help them strengthen math skills and become an independent thinker, problem solver, and a confident learner.
Well, thank you, Alexis, for sharing all that information with us. Families, thank you for spending this time with us. If you have any questions or just want to be in contact with us, our social media accounts are listed on the screen right now, as well as our ParentU email, which is parentu@k12.dc.gov. Thank you so much.